it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome to my channel. It's Friday afternoon and I'm behind, like super behind. So we're gonna be doing some old school, no edits today so I can get out my content for you. So glad to have you here. Last night I did a live stream, and the live stream, there was some issues on YouTube and it was a total mess. Glitches, all kinds of stuff happened. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do another stream this morning and give you sort of a catch-up rundown of what happened last night on my live stream. Okay, so Big Brother 22, season 22 is currently airing on CBS. And last night there was an eviction of Bailey, but the real drama actually went down off camera. Well, caught on the live feed, but wasn't on the show. And it all went and revolved around some people making fun of Ian Terry. So Ian is a former winner and he is currently in this current Celebrity Big Brother household, and 4 cast members actually were laughing and mocking at his autism, and all of it was caught on the live feed, posted all over Twitter. I would share it with you in this video, but CBS will claim my video, so we're just going to tell you what happened. So Nicole Franzel, Danny Briones, Memphis Garrett, and Christmas Abbott were seen on the live feeds chatting about how Ian's behavior made them feel uncomfortable, and many of them were laughing. At one point, Danny said that she felt stressed out by Ian's constant movement, and Nicole agreed. There was Memphis and Christmas entering the conversation, and Memphis referred to Ian's behavior sort of as like red rum, a line from The Shining, and he also said that he might have a nightmare of Ian standing over him, rocking back and forth, and the girls all laughed and sort of related and said, yes, I totally agree. Nobody stopped the behavior. Nobody told him it was wrong. Nobody said a word. It was then followed up by more stuff with Christmas, and eventually all of this starts getting out on the interwebs, and people start getting really upset because Ian has been open this season about being autistic and has said that he no longer is going to try to hide it because he just can't. So instead of trying to hide it, he is going to do his best to just embrace it. And so rocking is a self-soothing stimulation method. So it's called a stim, and it helps individuals with autism regulate the overwhelming sensory stimulus around them. For him, it helps calm him down so he doesn't get overwhelmed. It's typically not something that's easily controlled, and if you don't allow someone with autism to have a stim, it can result in them having a meltdown because of the overall too much going on around them. So it doesn't hurt you, it helps him, and they're laughing at it. And obviously it's a part of his disability, so for a lot of people, obviously me too, it's a form of discrimination. Obviously this feed was a humongous problem, and so on Twitter, people started talking about it. Former cast members that had previously been evicted, Janelle said instead of laughing, they should be standing up for Ian. He has a disability. And there was other stuff. But it wasn't just that. So as more and more starts get pulling out, sponsors start getting added and start getting contacted because Nicole actually has a podcast. Now, a lot of people are asking, why aren't other sponsors pulling out for the other people? Well, they don't have sponsors. Danny is apparently a stay-at-home mother. Memphis has his own company. I'm not sure what Christmas does, but the person who does have a platform that uses her platform as an influencer and as a podcaster and has podcaster sponsors, Nicole's actions directly impact her sponsors' belief and willingness to work with her. So a number of sponsors are starting to pull out. In fact, this company asked me to DM them, and this was Eyes Bright Direct, I believe, and they said, thanks for bringing this to our attention. Please be assured that our partnership with Nicole Franzel has a one-off post in May, and we don't plan to partner with her in the future. As a best practice, whenever we're considering a partnership with anyone, we're always and will contribute to do the best to ensure their personality and actions align with our core values, including the belief in a diverse, inclusive, and equal world, and the content is appropriate and free of offensive images and language. If anything fails to meet this criteria, we will immediately remove them from consideration. Thank you for voicing your concerns. Obviously, I asked them to remove her for laughing at someone with autism because I'm an autism mom, but I was not the only one. Now, Kate Hudson's company, FabFitFun, or no, I'm sorry, not FabFitFun is not Kate Hudson. FabFitFun, another one of her sponsors, they said thank you for expressing your concerns. We have not worked with Nicole since March of 2020, and FabFitFun does not have any plans to work with her in the future. We appreciate your attention to this matter, and please let us know if there's anything else we can do for you. Olay was one of the first sponsors to drop her, and I'm personally happy about this because I'm an Olay user, and they said we no longer have a business relationship with this person and have no plans in the future to work together. We have a zero tolerance for bullying, and we do not support behavior displayed by this person. Then Burst Oral Care, another one of her sponsors, said, thank you for bringing this to our attention. The behavior shown does not exemplify our brand values and our core mission, and we worked with Nicole earlier for a one-time partnership, and we have no plans on working with her in the future. So many people, that's like at least four or five of her sponsors which have dropped, and people are now beginning to speculate that Nicole has gotten word from the outside that there have been ramifications for their behavior. And they believe that they may have been pulled in by production to talk about what happened and what they were caught doing. Because last night, caught on the live stream, and this was actually a Twitter feed that does a blow-by-blow of all of the things that are happening in the lives, which is amazing. If you need a feed that goes and just gives you sort of a snapshot of what's happening, I would recommend this Twitter account. Anyways, she was caught saying at 1:28 a.m., I never have a harmful intention. It's not in my blood. Yeah, I can be feisty, but I would never say something about someone that could hurt their feelings or is personal. So when accused of that, I will shut down. Okay, but she was laughing at him and not telling people to stop and just being really agreeing that his behavior of rocking bothered her, which is not okay. And then Nicole said, I'm not going to laugh or joke around. I just won't talk. I'll just sit here and do nothing. If that's what people want, that's what I'll give them. I'm just frustrated. So then this was only a minute before. So she's somehow not responsible for what she did, but now she's not going to joke around. See, this is the problem. It's never, ever, ever okay to joke around about somebody's disability in the terms of making fun of something that they cannot control, especially when it comes to autism and stimming. Not only that, it was very mean-spirited in terms of talking about him coming into a room and sitting on a bed and kicking him off a bed. I mean, it was just mean. And Nicole, the weird thing that a lot of fans are not liking is that Nicole seems to have this affinity for Ian, or she has like put her targets on him. And they were talking about how Ian might be the sacrificial lamb. So perhaps they are trying to target him to get him evicted at some point. I don't know. But this is not the response I would expect from somebody who has done something. She should just say she's sorry. And Nicole, later that night, she has a conversation with Christmas. And she says that if something's wrong, to please tell her right away so she can correct it. And Christmas then asks her to do the same. And they can hold each other accountable. And their heads are more here now. So Christmas is going to be more accountable. Nicole is going to be more accountable, but still no apologies. So Jessica said, one of the people on this thread said, yeah, threaten viewers and production with a boring season. That's a great way to repair the damage already done. Shaking my head, you're already been given us a boring season. Victim Nicole is out in full force, and it's pretty disgusting that the only way that she can think is to laugh and joke around at somebody else's expense. What is wrong with her, and why is production telling them anything? This game is so rigged. So obviously she is at least somewhat aware that people have a problem with the whole Ian issue. So she somehow knows. Now, I'm not clear about if she knows that she has lost sponsorships, but for a podcast who does not get ads, they don't have like AdSense, they don't have ad placement. Sponsors are a huge part of that, where you do a placement in your podcast and you say, I use Olay or whatever, I use these eyeglasses, or I like FabFitFun, you know? So if she's losing more and more of these sponsors as more and more people listen to her podcast, she may lose more, and this could be devastating for her when she actually leaves the show. Note to self, for all people that are on live TV, perhaps you should not laugh at somebody and mock somebody's disability while also pretending to be their best friend. And to the other people, I didn't see anything of them addressing any of the issues. And the other 3 don't appear to have sponsors that they will be impacted by. But Nicole's decision to not stand up for a friend, laugh, and mock a disability is going to potentially hurt her wallet. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.